All right, this was sent into the channel for a review. This is made by a company called Retevis, and they sent in a little mobile radio with microphone and everything. And it is a 144 megahertz, 440 megahertz radio. And it has a mounting bracket that I've attached to it already. And the microphone plugs into the front with a RJ connector. So there's remote programming for the on the microphone, and as well as on the radio screen here. We'll plug it in a second, but let's take a look at what we get. It's a PL259 connector for the antenna. There's an external speaker, 1/8" jack on the back, and then a power cord with a built-in fuse. Let's see what comes in the box. This is the Retevis model RA25. Now the one that they sent me was this model here, the A9198A. Well, they don't have it on the radio. The radio just says model 25. So maybe that's just what comes in the box. I'm not sure. Maybe, probably what just comes in the box. You get an instruction manual in the various languages. There's a microphone clip, extra fuse, that's nice, and some screws. There's some rubber washers for the mounting bracket if you want to have that with rubber on it to make it more stiff. There's a booklet of warnings. Do not do these things, all in different languages. And that's it. That's all there is in the box, so we will just put that away. Okay, let's hook it up to a power supply. I have this old Radio Shack power supply. It's only a 3-amp power supply, so it won't be enough to transmit, but we'll be able to turn it on and take a look at the menus and stuff, so let's do that. I think we just turn the knob, and there we go, the radio's coming on, so let me zoom in on that. All right, there we go. A nice looking little display, a little color display. Memory and VFO, and I guess those are the programmed memories that are in it. Now, I did not get a programming cable in the box. You can buy a programming cable for these. You remove the microphone and plug in a connector, and you program it through this connector here. But I don't have that, so we'll just have to use it without programming it. VFO, main B, so yeah, 2 meters and 440, and monitor. There we go. Got a pretty loud speaker in it. You can use the keypad to do direct entry. So if we do 1049000, should be able to receive some FM station. So besides the 2-meter band and the 440 band, it will receive FM stereo as well. I don't know if you know this trick, but the PL259 connector can accept a banana jack, and I've added a couple feet of wire, so now I'm able to receive the local classical station here. So that sounds pretty good. Let's go to a rock and roll station. Oops, I'm not putting in the right number. 0. I need to be in VFO mode. 0985. There we go. Okay, so it is radio Let's see, what else can we get from this? You can increment the frequency here, or the up-down on the microphone. Does the same thing. So it's pretty standard type radio layout. It has menus to set up a whole bunch of stuff inside. It also has what is it, scrambling? Like you can encode your voice. It has that scrambling mode. Let's see, what else does it have? I don't know. It's pretty small. Let's measure it. It's about 60 millimeters deep and 120 millimeters wide. So pretty cute little radio. I like it. The specifications on it are a little not exact for the output power. The output power is only specified as less than 20 watts. So I don't know what that means, less than 20 watts. So I want to test that, see how much output power this thing has. So I usually do 2 tests in the lab. I'll do 1 test for power output, current draw, and then we will look at a spectrum analyzer to see if it's suppressing harmonics or not. And otherwise, I think it's a ham radio. Not much else to say about these things. Let's see here. I think if you go function, yeah, here are the various things you can program: tone decode, signal, squelch, steps. You can put it in wide mode or narrow mode. We want narrow mode. Reverse off. Offsets, transmit, all kinds of stuff, normal stuff. So, I mean, you don't need a programming cable, but I think it would make it a lot easier. I think it has 200 channels or something like that in it. Yeah, let's go take it over to the tester, and we'll see what kind of output power it has. All right, let's take a look at the output power of this thing. I did figure out how to do the power settings, so we can start out at, let's say here, we'll start out mid-band on both of them. So 144 to 146, we'll do 145, 000. All right, and this is low power. So low power is 1.3 watts. And we'll do medium power, which is 2.27 watts. And then we'll do high power, which is 2.55 watts. All right. And then mid-band on the 440 side. Okay, then mid-band on the 440 side would be 435. Let's see here, 440 to, yeah, 435. 435, 0000. All right, so low power is 2.9 watts, 2.8 watts. Mid power is 5.6 watts. And high power is 11.2 watts. There you go. Okay, I've got the radio set up over here. I'm going to be using the HP power supply to measure the amount of amps. I have adjusted to 13.8 volts. It's actually a readout on the radio itself of how many volts you have. So it says 13.8. And my meter says 13.8. I'll put it into amp mode so I can measure how many amps we're drawing here. In receive mode, it is measuring about, that's 1 amp, about 1/4 of an amp, something like that. All right, so let's go over here. And so at 440 megahertz, the current draw is about 3.75 amps, something like that. And at 1 45 megahertz. It's about 1.75 amps. Okay, we are spanning 300 megahertz to, no, where are we spanning? Frequency, start frequency. Start frequency is at 0 and the stop frequency is at 1.8 gigahertz. So we're going all the way to 1.8 gigahertz. I have a 30 dB attenuator. So let's go ahead and transmit. This is on 430 megahertz. And there we are. Let me do a single sweep here. Let's see, trigger, trace, max hold. There we go. All right, so now I can examine it. Peak search. We are at 40.73 dBm, and I don't see any harmonics at all. So it looks very clean. Our marker's at 430. Okay, so let's do 145. Okay, and peak search. We're at 34 dBm, and I don't see any harmonics. So it's a very, very clean, very nice transmitter. So it has good filters in it. So my impressions of the radio are very good. The build quality is excellent. Everything feels quality. The plastic parts feel quality. The cable feels really good. I have a lot of experience with cables. This one feels like a good one. The display is nice, simple but nice. If you had a programming cable, it's probably a little more functional than what is here. The size is very small. Yeah, the only complaint I would have is if you're expecting more power on 2 meters, it doesn't have that. It has respectable power on 440. You know, 14 watts is fine. A little bit low on the 2 meter side, and the harmonic suppression though is just totally excellent. So pretty impressed with that. Okay, there you go. So this was the Retevis model RA25. It's about a $100 radio. Yeah, it's looking pretty good.